You know that statement which says, accept me for who I am. It sounds noble. It really does. But sure, it sounds like self-love wrapped in poetry. Yeah. But most of the time it's bullshit. That's what it is. It's total bullshit. It's nonsense. And I'm going to tell you why. The idea wasn't bad. It started as a rebellion, against perfection, judgment, and impossible standards. But what people really mean when they say, accept me for who I am nowadays is, stop expecting me to grow. That's what they're really saying, right? And that's unacceptable. We have weaponized acceptance. We have turned it into a shield to protect our worst habits. A drug addict can be like, hey, you gotta accept me for who I am, as I am, Somebody is a smoker, and they're gonna be like, well, you gotta accept me for who I am. Sure, yeah, and I gotta respect it. Great. So you smoke, you drink, you are a drug addict, and I'm supposed to respect that? Seriously? You know how ridiculous that sounds? It's unbelievable that people fall for this nonsense and they actually partake in this bullshit. I mean, come on, seriously, it's time that we call this nonsense out. It's really time. What it really says when we say that, hey, accept me for who I am, it just means that I deserve love when I'm not performing. That's what it means. But somewhere I think the message is twisted, Just hear me out for a second. I think now it's used to defend every sharp edge, when we refuse to file down, when we confuse self-acceptance with self-avoidance. And it's dangerous. This kind of thinking is dangerous. Here's the trap. Once you build an identity around your flaws, you're gonna defend them like they're your children. I kid you not, my friend. You're gonna defend them to your death. You're gonna be defensive about the fact that you're an alcoholic. You're gonna be defensive about the fact that you're overweight. You're gonna be defensive about the fact that you're not, you're not doing as well as in life as you do deserve to be. You're gonna be defensive about everything. You're gonna be defensive about the fact that you're, having a really toxic relationship and you still choose to be with that man or you be with that woman. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard. That's what it's gonna look like. That's what it looks like for most people. We get addicted to our own stories. I'm just blunt. I'm not emotional. I don't trust people. And we wear pain like it's our personality. Ain't that poetry? But growth doesn't look cool. It looks awkward. It looks uncertain. It looks humbling. That's why most people never change. Not because they cannot change, but because if they changed, then that would mean admitting that the old self wasn't complete. That's what it means for them. Acceptance is not saying that I'm done. That's not what the meaning of acceptance really is. It's saying that I can look at the truth and not run. I can just look at the truth and say, yes, this is who I am. And I'm gonna take steps to become somebody better. I'm gonna take steps to stop doing certain things which are maybe dragging me down, being the reason for my downfall, which are destroying me. You can love yourself and still want to be better. You can love yourself and still want to improve. There's nothing wrong in that. In fact, as I truly believe, discipline is the highest form of self-love. If you are a disciplined individual, you love yourself. You really love yourself enough to care. That's what I think. If you need everyone to accept who you are, exactly who you are, then maybe you don't accept yourself yet. That's the truth. Hey, I'm just spitting facts here. The take it or leave it attitude sounds really powerful. Sounds empowering. Yes, take it or leave it. I don't care. Go about your way. But in real life, it isolates you. It really does. Real connection happens when two people evolving side by side. That's when it happens. When you stop proving who you are and start discovering who you could, people fall in love with your honesty, not your excuses. So, no, I don't want you to accept me for who I am. I don't. I really don't. I want you to see who I'm trying to become. The person I'm trying to become, the man I'm trying to become. That's what I want you to see. I want you to understand that path and then decide if you can walk with me in that mess. Because that's what real love and that's what real friendship means. That's what it should mean. That's what real humanity looks like. Not blind acceptance, but shared evolution. Stop asking to be accepted and start daring to be understood. You're watching Borderless Ambition for the ones who move slow but never stop. Thank you.